Hey, get off your phone. We got a show to do.
Welcome to this edition of Hindsight is Horrifying, the show where three mostly normal and somewhat cynical adults discuss life as members of the TV generation. Now here are your hosts, Darth Jada, Jason Mitchell, and Adam B.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Hindsighters! Welcome to the first installment of the second year of our Halloween episodes.
Oh, it's good to be here again.
It is good. It is good.
With our official third co-host.
Yes.
Adam B., my second episode where I was formally announced. I love it. Thank you, guys.
The man who has, along with us, survived 2 shows of Shakespeare in the Park.
Oh,
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes,
Which we
yes.
have another installment of this weekend.
Oh, God,
so,
we do?
Yeah, I know. We've got to do this
You
stuff
better
again
run your
this
lines
weekend.
again.
Wait, we have lines?
Yes, we do.
No, I did it right the first time, so this time I don't really care.
Well done. I think we all nailed it.
It's a variant
Honestly.
and lines.
And variant and learning our lines.
Well,
yes.
no, because this weekend is me doing the Shatner version.
Nice.
Of To Be or Not to Be.
Nice.
Yeah.
We don't.
Oh,
want-
hang on a
we
second.
Cemetery sex. Hang
Yeah,
on.
for those of you.
I keep hitting my microphone with this witchy hat. Hello, Hindsighters. It is Halloween. Soy la bruja, Darth Jader. Man moaning was
There
the
we go.
subtitle. I love
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh,
Tommy.
Oh. Can a guy get some privacy around here?
Both
Jeez.
Both moaning. Well, you know how I enjoy movies with boobies.
Yeah, I'm just trying to count the shoes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Now,
anyway.
now watch the scene when she's like arched way up, and then you look at the other scene with her feet together. I don't know how she.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does-
know how she got that angle.
She's incredibly talented.
But-
First of all, she's having sex in a cemetery, which in and of itself,
Yeah.
that's just an
Kinky.
accomplishment.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
At the
who
very least.
hasn't? First of all, actually me either. But, you know,
I was about to say,
Me
raise
too.
my hand so hard.
I have in my mind a few times, but
so we're doing Phantasm. For
He
those of you,
wears shades
yeah.
for a reason.
We
Yes.
we
He's
we are
ashamed of
we are
himself.
doing a Halloween movie, and we wanted to do something
Halloween. It's
something
Halloween.
scary. And you know, originally when you pitched this,
Well, that rat
Mr.
tail
Brown,
is scary.
yes.
I thought, ooh, Phantasm, that old like stupid
That old
horror
chestnut.
movie. And then I watched it again, and it's actually a good movie.
Yes.
I actually enjoyed the movie, right down to the terrible haircuts, the bad suits, and the obviously wood covered with marble
Yeah.
wallpaper.
I'm
Let,
looking for the summary. That's why I'm on my phone.
let's talk about the summary. We do need to do that because the one thing about the movie that I don't understand is the plot.
So most
Like
of it.
I get most of it, but I don't get the ending. I'm going to lead with that right away. The ending baffles me
Okay.
because there's 3 sequels.
Yeah.
So
Well, you realize the original cut of this movie was over 3 hours.
3 hours.
Over
yes,
3
that's
hours.
in my notes actually. Uh-huh.
There's an entire subplot where he works at his family bank and he's like a manager or doesn't get along with his stuff. His parents
Like
own the
Gremlins.
bank. Yeah, and it's just they decided that they wouldn't be able to hold an audience for 3 hours, so they cut a lot of it out.
Big surprise, yeah.
And much of that was used for the sequels. The
Really?
bits, yes.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, in fairness, when I was about halfway, maybe an hour. Well, wait, how
Ish.
long is it? It's about 90 minutes,
I don't know.
something like that.
You're
It is
assuming that I know more
exactly
about this
90
movie.
minutes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I was about halfway into it, and it really did strike me that it's a good movie. That the actors are by and large good, even the rat tail guy.
The rat tail.
Reggie?
Reggie.
That's all I'm. No,
I like
rat
Reggie.
tail guy.
How can you? He's got the most work
Yeah.
out of all of them. And by the way,
Oh God, are you?
I've
going
got
for
my
the,
Reggie.
Oh my
right
God,
there,
he
if you can
does.
see it.
Is that?
I've always loved Reggie.
Oh my.
I just am growing my hair long for the first time
His
ever.
quarantine.
And look,
man.
it's Millie Bobby Brown. Except it's a boy named Michael.
Yeah.
Yes,
But he looks more like a girl than Millie Bobby Brown
He
does.
really does.
In the
Poor
first season
guy.
of Stranger Things.
But-
but he
those
has
of us-
aged well.
Those of us who aren't terribly familiar with the movie, for instance,
Yes.
this is the first time I saw it, so it's a 5 out of 5 for me, Hindsighters. The summary is The first film in the Phantasm franchise, it introduces the Tall Man, Angus Scrimm.
Angus Scrimm.
A supernatural and malevolent undertaker who turns the dead of Earth into dwarf zombies to be
Jawas.
sent to his planet and used as slaves.
Yeah, which they draw a lot of
why
conclusions
not?
very quickly. Like that kid goes and sees the other planet and he's like, okay, I got it. Okay,
I'm
here's
in.
what they're doing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've got this.
High pressure.
Yeah.
And the tall man wasn't that tall. Do we know this, gentlemen?
Yeah, he's actually, or he even got shorter
He had to wear shoeless.
as years went on.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
But apparently, to get the look of the tall man right,
How tight
Angus,
is that suit? And I
Oh,
mean,
God.
literally, how tight
That's
is
so
it? It's
70s
very
tight. It's
Yeah.
deliciously tight.
And his hair is very well groomed.
Oh, yeah.
It's very Harrison Ford.
It
honestly.
is.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is.
You are not kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Brown's kind of approaching that look right now with his quarantine man. So
Harrison Ford current.
That's
He's
not-
Harrison Ford 70s.
That's not his
Darth
quarantine
Vader didn't say the
haircut.
correct thing. She
I
didn't
know.
say that.
That's his Shylock cut.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's
Shylock.
he's
a
in
character
character.
actor.
he's going method. That's what he is. And who recommended that you keep your hair that way with the beard, Mr. Brown, for your Shylock character?
That would be the director, Jim Gray.
No.
Oh,
It would be Darth Jader.
It was Darth Jader.
Oh, I'm
Seconded
mad at you now.
by Jim Gray.
Uh-huh.
Because I had to get it on recording because my wife has been aching to have my hair cut again and my beard
Sorry,
shaved
Andrea.
off. So I recorded Jim saying that he wants me to keep it exactly the way it is for the show. I got it and I played it for us. So
Oh, man,
I bought
I-
myself another couple weeks.
I hate taking
is that how
credit
that
for
works?
now.
Because okay, so I'm gonna tell Jim. Jim, I just record this for me. Just say I need you to have sex with these women for the show. Because then I can go.
My
well,
director told me
if
to
my
do
director
it.
told me to
Jim,
do it.
he's
I,
very
Come on,
influential,
Elaine.
a
Reason-
powerful man
I didn't want to do it.
in the city of Alpharetta. I
It
forced
wasn't
myself.
my choice.
Yes.
No, but seriously, when you came back to town, I was like, oh, there's the Shylock look right there. And I even told Jason to second it for me. I was like, Jason,
What?
tell him the beard works. And you agreed with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Well, it's a Shylock
I shouldn't
beard.
have-
What is the name of the actress who plays Marion in Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark? It's not Karen
goodness.
Black.
Excellent question. Let me look it up.
I
think it is a Karen something.
damn.
Well, it's your
Because
own
the
fault.
kid Michael in this movie looks like her.
Ah.
Like he,
A little bit. Oh,
no, he
I
does- he
didn't- I
totally
didn't even- No, I
does.
didn't even think about that.
yes, it's the
Oh,
hair.
that's funny.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
the movie is about people dying
Yes.
and
Karen Jane Allen.
Karen Allen.
Karen Allen,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyhow,
So the movie is a classic late 1970s slash 80s because it fits in the same
it's
vein.
about, yeah. It,
Horror movie for many reasons.
Senior
One
Rat
of
Tail.
yeah, one of the big reasons why this movie, God, that house is cool.
That
It was in
funeral
Burnt
parlor.
Offerings.
What was
It was in Burnt Offerings.
That's
another.
yeah, it's been used in a few things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But anyway, one of the things about the movie that makes it a sort of stereotypical movie from
my
this
microphones.
generation is that when you think of this movie, what do you think of? The balls,
Yes.
the spherical balls with the
The
blades coming out.
Sentinels, they call them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they're in two scenes, I think, in the whole movie.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
You know, the
Somewhere
tall
thereabouts.
man really isn't even in it that much.
Yeah, they treat the tall man like he's the thing that you remember, but
Yeah.
honestly, it is the spheres
Yeah.
that make you vomit blood out of them.
Yeah, balls.
Balls.
Benoit.
Balls.
No, they're
Benoit!
large balls. They could not be substituted.
That's true.
Benoit's. Well,
Size matters,
unless.
gentlemen. That's all I'm going to tell you as far as
Okay.
that goes. Anyway, yeah. So you don't even really take away the tall man. It's
Yeah, tell us what the story is about.
I did.
That was it.
I gave
That
you
was the whole
summation.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That was the summation of this movie. There's
That's
not
the
a whole
whole
lot
movie.
going on, to be
Okay.
perfectly honest. So it's just this. What's the main character? The kid. What's his name?
Michael.
Michael. So he
Not
is in,
Jody.
Yeah.
Jody is his older brother.
Michael's he's in between a rock and a hard place because his parents are dead. His older brother has no interest in looking after him because his older brother thinks that he's going crazy or that something's wrong with him. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to like give him to the state or something
Well,
terrible.
well,
He
He
wants to
Just
go on
leave
the
him
road. He's a
behind.
musician.
Well, that's the thing that doesn't really make any sense because the entire movie plays out up until the last scene where Michael wakes up and he's in like an alternate timeline where now Jody died in a car accident.
Right.
And is Jody his older brother?
Yeah, Jody's the brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So, that's such a 70s lamp.
Yeah.
God, everything in this movie is so 70s. But poor Michael, everybody's, either dying around him or trying to abandon him. And meanwhile, he's witnessing all of this crazy stuff that's happening, the tall man and the spheres and everything that's going down in his town.
But they never explain why he's doing it. Why is Michael surveilling? Like, what happened to make Michael decide
why is Michael following his brother to the cemetery when his brother is clearly trying to get laid?
Well, yeah. And, wait, hang on a second. There's the
it's a little
CUDA.
weird.
They do have a great car.
Yeah,
the muscle car is
Barracuda.
awesome.
And you can see it go around. You go around that
Barracuda.
that corner, and it almost
It
he
almost makes
loses it.
Yeah.
American muscle cars, very fast in a straight line.
Gotta love it.
Well, my sense is that he knows his brother is ready to take off, and he just wants to keep a line of sight on him at all
Wants to keep
times.
tabs on him.
That
to
makes
make sure
sense.
that he doesn't get away.
It does.
That is a boss ass car. I gotta say.
It's very supernatural.
Yeah, that was what was the car in Supernatural?
Oh goodness, you're off on a
Should I
tangent
look it up?
again.
I almost bought one.
The one from Supernatural.
The actual, not the actual car, but an exact reproduction of the. Crap, what was it?
I'm looking it up. Don't worry.
There's a place in Alpharetta. If you ever
The Impala.
yes, the Impala. Yes,
Chevy Impala.
Yeah.
there is a place in Alpharetta. There's a car dealership here that does.
I'm not looking up another thing for you. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, I don't want to name them because they're not sponsors. So,
Yeah, exactly.
But they have this incredible showroom of classic cars.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And if you have a particular car you want, you can just go in there and tell them, and they'll find
They'll
it.
order it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll bring
yeah.
it to you.
So-
It's great. But yeah,
I didn't-
sponsor us
I
and
didn't
maybe
get the
we'll mention
Impala.
you specifically. Did it not
Yeah.
fit in your garage?
No, no. It's bigger than a Cybertruck.
As it turns out, this kid is running through a field of kudzu, which I had an interesting conversation, hindsighters, where someone from a different state was baffled by the fact that kudzu grows in the South, just kind of unimpeded. And they were treating it like it was the blob, like it was something that was coming to get us. And I was like, guys, it's okay. It's not like going to eat us. It's a plant.
It kills children.
The goats and the cows
Yeah,
really
yeah.
enjoy snacking on it. It's okay. It's not like coming to get us.
Well, when yeah. Anyway, we can go on a whole
So anyway,
invasive
Michael-
species subplot,
Oh
but
God,
yeah,
so
let's not.
good. But Michael, he hangs out at the cemetery a lot.
I love that you can totally see the rope
Yes.
on the other
Oh,
side of the
yeah.
coffin.
God.
Because for those of you who haven't seen it, the first time that you see the tall man,
Yes.
uh,
He lifts
Michael,
he lifts the casket out
yeah.
single-handedly.
Single-handedly.
Yeah, he picks
Which
it up.
took 6 people to get out, and he just lifts it up.
Yeah.
put
Even
it
his
back in.
brother, the
And-
older brother, is
and-
like, yeah, that it had to have weighed like more than 500 pounds. I helped
impossible.
lower
Well, have
it,
you
yeah.
ever been a pallbearer?
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
can't say that I have.
Yes.
no.
I have, yeah,
Whew.
yeah.
for a large person, and it was tough. Very tough.
That's a post-mortem judgeroo right there. Damn.
Slam on dead people out of nowhere. Anyway, Ozzy Osbourne is
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne's chilling out
Yeah.
and predicting the future in
in
a
a
parlor.
scene that has nothing to do with anything except that it comes back at the very end.
The kid
does.
puts his hand in a pencil sharpener.
But what is okay? Do you know what?
Yes, the Gom Jabbar. Does that mean
Okay,
anything
there
to
you go. There you go. Yep.
Yes.
Darth, do you know what the Gom Jabbar is? What's in the box? Pain.
Okay.
This occurs in the movie Dune,
Yes.
or the book Dune by Frank Herbert.
Never
Yeah,
read
Kyle
it.
MacLachlan sticks his hand in. It starts to melt.
Yeah.
Meg is
you know.
screaming somewhere because that's her
Yeah.
one of her favorite
Yeah.
stories of all time.
Oh, we're totally gonna do at some point. We're gonna have to do the David
Dune.
Lynch Dune.
Oh,
Yes.
and
And
Meg will be here for that. That's her favorite
Absolutely,
thing ever. Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
There's another Dune reference in this
Ozzy
movie.
Osbourne, I can't unsee that.
Did you catch it?
Gosh, Gurney Halleck. No, I'm trying to think.
It's very on the nose.
Okay.
the bar that they go to is actually it's called
the Dune Bar.
The Dune Bar.
Yes.
And
paid homage to Frank Herbert's book there.
The book, there's a part when Michael is picking up the box that has one of the severed fingers of the tall man in it.
Yes.
Right next to it, which I thought was cool, was a Roger Zelazny book.
Damnation Alley?
Question.
No,
I love Roger Zelazny.
yeah.
I have a question
Yeah, go ahead.
regarding the tall man with his finger getting chopped. Why is his blood yellow?
He's not of this earth.
He's an alien.
He's an alien.
Okay, that's the only.
That's it.
Okay, that's
Why
it.
is Spock's blood different colors?
Yeah.
Same thing.
He's an alien.
He was birthed from another planet.
Fair enough.
Which, by the way, this mortuary
racist.
is a portal to another planet,
Yes.
a red planet. We don't know where.
Like you do.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about Reggie.
Yeah, with the ice cream truck. He is like the ultimate creeper. He's got a
And
rat
he even
tail.
looks like the ice cream man from the movie.
The Ice Cream Man.
He's got a rat tail and he drives an ice cream truck. You
Wait,
can't
whoa,
tell
whoa.
me. Point on the white comedian where the man touched you.
Hang on a second. He doesn't just have a rat tail. He's also balding
Yes.
with the rat tail.
Yeah.
So
it's even worse.
Is
you
there
know.
something wrong with that? Because that's kind of the way I'm going with my rat.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
you're
God.
not balding.
I know, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Don't.
I will.
Ew.
I won't.
I will wear a wig so fast. I have no problem with that.
Now, there is a beer between them.
Which is?
Dos Equis.
Did you drive with that?
I did. It was empty. But I'm drinking a bottle of Dos Equis while I'm watching this, and I notice there it
sent us a
is, the
picture.
same bottle. I sent a picture to
That's true.
my associates here.
Let me pull that up.
Yes.
Synchronicity.
And even later in the movie, there is a case of Dos
Crisscross.
Equis in the garage.
Well, and when you see the picture of Jody from this scene,
You go, hindsighters.
there it is.
Yeah.
When you see later on, Michael picks up a picture of Jody,
Yes.
and it's him with the guitar, and the bottle of Dos Equis is very clearly visible.
They
So
paid for- they
so I
paid
think
for
Dos
some
Equis paid.
advertising.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering, if it was a little bit of,
Reggie's the hero here.
yeah.
Is he?
I think so. 'Cause
Okay.
he,
So here's a question, Mr. Brown. Why did you pick this movie?
because it's
Is this
awesome.
was Mr. Brown's pick? Hindsighters.
Yeah, I just vividly remember someone describing this movie to me before I had seen it, and it just seemed so unbelievable. I mean, telling the story about these silver orbs that are flying down the hall, and these spikes come out, and they stick in a person's head, and then a drill goes, and it sucks the blood out. I'm like, you gotta be
This
kidding me.
is So,
I know.
what's the
So
point of
random.
that?
And then there's a scene where this guy gets his finger cut off. He throws it in the box. It stays a finger, and then later it turns into this giant bug.
Do you know where the director got the idea for that?
Do tell.
No.
He was at a party, Dune's Cantina.
Nice.
And it's even written in the same font as the original book cover.
Wow.
Of course, you got the lone blonde sitting at the bar. That
The
just-
the lady in lavender.
yes, the
That's her
lady in
name, yeah.
lavender.
Who
kills the first guy in the movie.
She had a cameo in the third one. She played a nurse in the third.
What even
Phantasm
happens
movie.
in the subsequent
Fuck if
movies?
I know.
I was about to say, have y'all even watched the?
I have.
Well-
I
sequels,
think I saw the second one, but I don't.
The
haven't seen
second
anymore.
one, apparently, Michael ends up in a mental institution.
And,
And
he's,
then
he's
Poor
played
thing.
by
He's played by a different guy.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Michael LaGrosse. Is it
Yeah.
Michael
Michael
LaGrosse?
is played by Michael.
No, or David LaGrosse.
Look it up.
He LaGrosse is like the king of independent films. If you remember Living in Oblivion,
Oh yeah.
he was the blonde-haired guy, Mr.
was he?
Mr.
Don't
Ponytail
feel
Man.
like-
Oh.
I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on either.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I can't remember his first name, but it's his last name is LaGrosse. But he played Michael.
Well, another funny reference sort of thing. Do
Mm-hmm.
you remember later in the movie when Jody sends Michael to the antique store?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The girl who's running the antique store, and she's in the car, and then
Right.
later on.
The
Right,
devil.
in the Volkswagen.
Well, yeah.
You don't pay with money.
She is one of the executive producers of the TV series Hotel Confidential. Have you ever seen that?
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't. No.
It's all right.
What a great story.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Michael is stalking his brother all over the place, including when his brother is having sex in a cemetery with the lady in lavender.
With a lady.
Well,
She's definitely a lady.
Yes, he's with. But those are not her breasts.
No, body double.
Body double.
really?
Yes, I read that
That's
just
like
before I
I can
came.
tell.
No, that's like apparently you've got skills. No, that's like Julia Roberts. Those are not her legs on the Pretty Woman poster. Apparently, it was another lady.
Different reason, I think.
Yeah.
Different,
I'm sure.
Different reason though.
She
in this
doesn't
one.
work
Her
out
legs
commission.
aren't as nice.
Yeah. In this one, I think the lady in lavender was like, "No, I don't want to do that.
I know. I'm worried
Well,
about my
yeah.
future.
I'm already sleeping with the director.
Unlike
Right.
with,
What else do you need me to do?
Unlike with Mel Gibson, apparently I heard he
showed
does his
his
own butt work.
breasts. Oh.
That's what I hear. From Julia Roberts, actually, in another Julia Roberts movie, she said that Mel does his own butt work. So
But the creepy thing about
I know another actor who does his own butt work.
Ew.
God.
Don't you sully Mel for me. Don't you do it.
Why do we always have to go there?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
there they are.
Está celoso.
The
Just get
stars
over
of the
it.
movie. And I love how
Stars of the movie.
when she takes her top off and
Stars.
you see Michael off in the bushes and he gets his big smile on his face.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
That's
maybe one day I'll get to see a
Yeah.
lady.
A lady.
Oh.
well. Apparently, if he's that young, he doesn't even really need to be that close to the lady. It's just it's just an
dude
automatic
ass.
reaction.
little
Yes.
tiny bit of dude ass.
A little tidy whiteys, by the way,
And
very
apparently,
popular back then.
whenever he has sex, he makes a strange warbling sound
yeah,
because the subtitle and a
subtitles are
scurrying
great.
noise.
Scurrying noise.
No, I know when I
Hey,
have
little
sex.
squirrel.
When I have sex, I do warble.
I mean, a warble is my mating call. That's
Yeah.
what gets
And
the
then a
man to come to
snarl.
me in
Yeah,
the
well, that was
first place.
her. I think
Oh.
that was her snarling.
She goes full
So,
snarl.
for those of you who aren't watching this but listening,
Poor things.
you really don't know what's going on. A child is being attacked by Jawas.
As he watches people having
Yes.
sex in a cemetery.
So it's
Very
sex,
exciting.
Jawas, and physical abuse.
Who were played by children, by the way. I saw that. It wasn't even
Jawas?
it wasn't even little people. This was well baked before the first Star Wars movie, so that they did not steal this, but they look exactly like Jawas. And and there he is. He's got the panties in his mouth. That's a good tactic there.
Take them off with your teeth, gentlemen.
I think he's got some kind of problem.
It's my kid brother. I'm going to chase after him. And apparently,
So you've got her panties in your mouth, but your pants are just down by your ankles.
yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of progress are you even making, brother? But it's.
I think having sex in a graveyard sounds like it would end up being not that fun.
I wouldn't be there in the first place. I don't want to be in a graveyard in general.
One
let
of the
alone
most
have sex
one of
there.
the most popular places for people to go and have sex in.
Are you speaking as an attorney? Do you have statistics on this?
I don't have the
or-
statistics, but I know many instances.
Gross.
Yeah. If you feel like going and catching somebody having sex, just go to your local graveyard on a Saturday night.
Well, there's one within walking distance. So
Yeah,
should
yeah.
we just take a field trip? We'll be right back.
We'll do a whole show in a graveyard.
Oh my
We'll
God.
do it, assholes.
Oh my god, though. But
But Michael saved Jody's life because this woman, in case you have
creepy.
never seen this movie, is actually the tall man in disguise.
so Jody is having sex with a dude
Buzz,
in
buzz,
a
buzz.
cemetery.
Yeah, that's enough to
Get
take
over
the
here,
edge
you
off.
piggly
Yeah.
little son of a bitch.
I'm gonna eat that hairy leg.
So Mr. Herbert is the tall man.
I'ma
That's
take
we're
these
gonna
home
go
to
ahead
the
and
cat.
just do that right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We spoiled the secret.
Boy.
Sorry, insiders. But yeah, he sends his kid
Oh.
brother home in his fancy ass car. He's like,
Yes.
dude, I'm trying to get laid where there are dead people. Go away. And he just makes his little brother drive home. And his little brother's what, 13?
I know, and he just gives him the
He
keys
just
to
gives
the
him
car.
the keys to the car. And I'm
Ah,
like,
the 1970s.
Yes.
What a glorious time. This is the world I was born into. When I was born,
so
I
old.
had that hair. I came out just like that. And the tight suit.
And you
The
were
whole thing.
spawned when this film was
Yes.
produced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I
It
was
was.
sired. Thank you very
He
much.
was-
Yes, sire.
The tall man,
Yes, let's talk about the tall
Angus
man.
Scrim, who I don't remember what his real name is. Angus was he came up with the name Angus Scrim because when he was studying acting, he studied under Cecil B. DeMille's brother, William C. DeMille. And he wanted to go out and do some stuff sort of extracurricular. And apparently Mr. DeMille didn't care for that. And so he said, well, I'm going to go do some other shows, but I'll come up with a stage name.
Oh, okay.
So that Mr. DeMille won't know it was me.
Ready for my close-up.
Yeah. So he came up with Angus because Angus was the name of a relative, and Scrim if you know
you're a
about
theater
lighting,
person,
scrims go in front of lights to cut the lights.
I didn't know that.
Do you know he won a Grammy?
What?
The tall man won a Grammy because his other career, which apparently he was like the best in the world at, was writing liner notes for albums.
What?
Specifically classical and jazz albums.
No.
And he actually got a Grammy for best liner notes.
What a random talent.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently he was like the nicest, just most laid back, chill
that's,
dude.
That's
you
the
know?
one thing
Yeah.
they said is the cast became so close and so tight that they were friends for the rest of their lives. And Angus lived to be like 89 or 90 or something.
And apparently, despite the fact that he was like 6'4", they put like stuffing inside his shoes to make him even taller.
Because
Jody was taller than him.
Jody was
taller than him.
Because Jody wasn't the original pick, right? There was somebody else.
Gregory Harrison was going to be playing that role.
And he's only 3 foot tall.
That's right.
Yeah.
He would have
3 foot tall.
segued nicely into one of the Jawas.
Did you have a stroke?
So then they cast this other guy and they're like, well, shit. But no, the tall man, Angus
Scrim.
He loved going to conventions, dressing up in the costume, and he would walk on stage and go, boy.
Yeah.
And everybody would applaud and freak out. And I'm like,
yeah.
how awesome is that as an actor?
He's even wearing tall shoes too to make him even taller.
And his clothes are like 2 sizes too small.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the cold here. I wonder why.
Yeah.
His planet is very hot.
It's funny because they did something similar
Red
with
ball.
Yeah.
They did something similar with Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel movies because he's about my height. He's like 5'8", maybe 5'10", and Gwyneth Paltrow's taller than that. So they had to put Robert Downey Jr. in these kind of Spice Girls tennis shoes to make him as tall as Gwyneth Paltrow. And I love that. I love that he's man enough to do that because, like most
Tiny
men
Tom
would
Cruise.
be insulted. Yeah. You can't catch me, gay thoughts. Tiny Tom Cruise. But yeah, now Jody's back at the bar.
Your life is about to change.
You'll see. But
and that, I'm sorry, the bartender was actually, he had a part in the bigger 3-hour movie.
He was a cop.
He was a cop? Okay.
But they cut him out, so they wanted to give him a little
the thing about
extra
this bartender,
airtime.
I bet he knows how to make an appletini.
Oh, inside joke.
Let me ask you a question, Darth. How many olives are in an appletini?
It depends on what taco Mac you're visiting on any given night because recently hindsighters, we had our Shakespeare in the Park and we went out afterwards and I was told by our waiter, total sweetheart, but he clearly has never made a cocktail in his life. He tried to pass off a dirty vodka martini as an appletini.
It became an issue.
It did.
The saltiest apples I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh, crazy. My salty chocolate apples.
Wait, she didn't say chocolate.
I threw that in.
What have you been doing this week? My God.
I'd like to gargle his marbles.
No, there's
I'm hungry for apples.
salty apples.
How the hell did we start talking about that?
Because there was a bartender.
Oh,
and
there
I
was a
segued,
bartender.
So anyway,
Yes.
no, but seriously,
Fun-
olives
just
don't belong in an appletini. I will tell you that.
That is a very important tip, consumer advice, and another piece of consumer advice.
Don't
If
get
you're-
trapped under a car.
If you're underneath a car and it starts to wobble,
Move.
get out. Even if there are murder Jawas outside.
You stand a better chance with the murder Jawa.
Yeah, seriously.
Because seriously, I mean, how much could they really do to you?
I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah, I'd take them out.
Yeah.
Well, they don't really, even in the movie, they don't really come off as that hard to kill.
Yeah, nothing
Well, you
about
can't
this
kill them.
movie.
Well,
I was a
They're
little worried.
impossible to kill.
To disable them.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. You can knock them back with a 45 caliber pistol with some hollow point bullets. But
Yeah, I was a little concerned because I'm a big chicken, and whenever you guys try to get me to watch something spooky or intense,
It's not really scary.
No, it's not. This
Yeah.
movie didn't scare me at all, so I was happy about
good.
that.
Yeah.
Because
So-
it was rated, I think, one of the most scariest films, the top
Yeah,
20 scariest
yeah.
films.
Really?
And it
Of
was
all
actually
times,
when
yes.
it originally came out, it actually had an X rating.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
Because,
Yeah.
you know why?
No.
Because of the blood when the thing hit him in the head. And secondly, you'll notice when the the groundskeeper falls to the ground, urine flows out of him,
Yeah.
which apparently is an X rating. Because if anyone pees on
Really?
you or off you, yeah, that gives it an X. Yeah.
On you or off you? What did I
Off
just
you.
hear?
See, you said that, and I just went with it. My,
Yeah.
my brain
It
just
sounded
went.
My
right.
brain just
Looks
skipped.
good.
Don't analyze
But
what I say. It makes no sense.
Oh, goodness.
I
But no,
beat
he
your
urinates
pants. I'm not sure
himself
how.
because he dies.
Denim makes you dumb. That's all I have to say about that.
I'm sorry, you can't buy alcohol in this
Oh, you
town
gotta show
unless
them
you
the
wear
whole
all
outfit,
denim.
Mr. Brown.
Oh,
You're full denim.
Well, I before I came, I watched the characters, and Jody, in fact, I can't say anything around you too, but I looked at Jody's, and I will model myself after Jody. I've got my belt buckle, my denim jeans. He was wearing a blue shirt like this, and then of course I'm wearing my Italian leather shoes because
Claro que
they're
sí.
sexy.
Okay, so if I built a time machine
Okay,
that
sexy.
could go back to the 70s, can I count on either of you to come with me?
I'll be there with you, baby. It is
hot
the
tub
best
time
decade
machine.
We will
ever.
rule the world.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
hanging out doing cocaine with Elton John before you even know it.
Yeah.
My best friend, Elton John. I love doing
Speaking-
cocaine with you.
Speaking of Elton John, we need to take a break.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Speaking of which,
we
we'll
will-
be right back.
Yep, the camera's on me.
Aw.
Here, okay, fine. Do it again.
We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Hey,
Good
hindsighters.
to be back,
It's good to be
everyone.
back.
La
It's good to
Bruja
be
is
back.
back.
Good to be the king.
So we need to give some shout outs before we get into the
Hang on,
movie
I gotta
again.
get your camera back on. Hang on.
Oh, I have a camera?
You do, believe it or not.
I didn't know you gave me one of those.
Hang on.
When did that
Hang on.
happen?
Everybody can hear. There you go.
There we go. We're
Yeah,
back.
We're
and
all
we're
back. We're all back.
So we've got.
We know what we're doing.
We've got to give some shout outs first and foremost to our biggest fan, Angel, who just turned 25 this weekend. Happy birthday!
Congratulations, a quarter
He can buy
century,
ultra
baby.
porn now.
Oh, gross.
Oy.
Angel, very happy birthday to you. We gave you a shout out on Facebook. We hope you saw it, but Darth and Adam and Jason specifically wanted to tell you, happy birthday! Feliz cumpleaños, amigo.
Bon anniversaire.
That too.
I don't speak Spanish.
We know.
Balls.
Balls. Let's
Balls.
pause for a
Balls.
moment. We have the first ball
Yeah, balls.
about to get stuck in someone's
What?
apple.
Oh, straight in the head. Oh,
It's going straight to the tempura paint.
Yes.
There's tempura paint going everywhere.
Is this Death Race 2000?
It's so
It's very
ridiculous.
similar in
So ridiculous.
many ways.
He's not even really trying that hard to get it
No.
off his head.
Now, note, this is why it got the X rating. Stand by. The man falls to
he
the
urinated
ground.
on himself.
And he urinates.
You know,
That was
I
some
hear when
forceful
people
urination
when
for it
people
to-
die, they void their bowels.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
which is a
I
thing,
said.
I hear.
Oh, he did it.
but- yeah. Meanwhile, Winona Ryder is the tall man.
This is the classic scene.
Yeah, this is what we all remember whenever we think of Phantasm.
Except for me, I only saw this movie for the first time
Yeah.
today, hindsighters. So
Oh shit!
Winona Ryder's freaking out.
He does look like Winona Ryder.
He does a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Daylight come and
Yeah.
we one go home.
Millie Bobby Brown in a role that will not surprise
It's
you.
Anne Heche.
Millie Bobby Brown, by the way, is in a Sherlock Holmes movie.
Which one?
It's like she
There's
plays
so
like
many.
the niece of Sherlock Holmes,
Okay, I don't.
and so
recall
she's
this.
she like yeah.
There's a new one out
It's
apparently.
not
with-
Enola Holmes, is it?
I was about to say that's the new
That's
one.
the newest
Enola
one, yeah.
Holmes with
Yeah,
Henry,
that's Millie Bobby Brown.
With Henry
That's
Cavill.
Millie Bobby Brown.
No,
Millie-
it isn't.
Millie Bobby Brown. Totally.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
That
all right.
girl, let me tell you something. If there's any justice in this world, she's going to be the greatest actress of the next generation.
'Cause I-
she is so fucking talented.
Is she related to
specifically-
Bobby Brown at all?
I don't know.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
'Cause
I
she's-
don't
You
know.
want to
she would've
smoke
had a
some
rough pass.
crack? Aw.
If
Get
I
the
get
damn
Let's
crack.
get a plate of crack. We'll get a plate of crack.
Yeah, just a
To
plate
share
of
with the
crack.
table. I've got that on my to-do list, Enola Holmes, because it looks pretty good. I love Sherlock Holmes everything, and I was worried that that one might be a little terrible, but because whenever you talk
if
about,
it wasn't her in it, I don't think I'd be interested.
well, specifically when you get into the Holmes siblings, it's like people don't handle Sherlock's siblings very well. They handle Sherlock pretty well for most of his stories, but
Well, you know who plays Sherlock
In the movie?
in Enola?
Henry Cable.
Yeah, Henry. Superman.
Superman. The
Superman.
Witcher.
Yes.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Stop that. Stop. That's enough of that.
It happened.
That's enough of that.
Anyway,
I like Henry Cavill.
Elaine, that was my audition for your musical, by the way. So, anyhow, we've
The
got
tall man just chased Michael.
Yes, he did.
And Michael slammed the door on the tall man's fingers. He cut the fingers off with a knife.
Yellow
Oh,
blood
I
again.
didn't say where that came from.
Yellow blood.
Yeah, what is that from?
There was the director was at a party and he had a styrofoam cup.
Ah.
And I think, and he was like, he did something and he stuck his finger through the bottom of the cup and he was just sort of looking at it and he went, huh. And that's literally
how it
why
works.
that's in the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently the whole movie was just a dream of the directors.
Makes sense.
Apparently the plot Phantasm started in a dream that, how do you say it, Coscarelli?
Yes, let's just say
Coscarelli had in which he was chased
I'll allow it.
endlessly by
He's Italian.
silver spheres down marble corridors. The spheres with the intent of piercing his head with a needle. So
Huh.
it was all a dream that the director
That's actually
had.
scarier than what's in the movie.
Yeah, a lot scarier.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with that for sure.
Mustard. It's obviously
French's.
That's
the
French's
blood.
mustard.
They have
Yeah.
yellow blood. The
Yeah.
creatures.
Dijon, pom pom.
And so yes, Jody, what's his name again?
Jody.
Jody would not believe Michael
Winona Ryder.
until he showed him one of the tall man's fingers in a box.
Because,
Crazy.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
I'm going to allow it. Approved.
So they're
Anyway.
going to call the sheriff and show him these moving fingers.
What the fuck is the sheriff gonna do?
I don't know.
Can you imagine
With a
going to
finger
a
in a
cop?
box?
Officer, I found this box. It has a finger that's moving in it. Good for you.
Yes.
Somebody had a more successful weekend than I did. I mean,
Let me smell it.
oh,
I had to do
Wait.
it.
Damn it. Nope. There it is.
All right. Jade is now hitting me with paper if you're just a listener. But so now Michael is tapping
Oh, there's
the
a
box.
Zelazny book.
Stop
I
it.
am Legion.
Oh, I am
Legion?
Legion?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not I Am Legend, is it?
No, Legion.
Oh, I Am Legion.
So what?
I
okay.
don't even know.
was
Don't
about to
ask
say-
me to explain this whole sequence.
The finger
the
turns
finger
into
turns
a monster.
into a monstrous bug that is stuck in this guy's hair now.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
no,
a,
okay.
It's a monstrous bug from Party City.
I have a personal anecdote about this.
It looks like a horned, whatever they call it, a rhinoceros.
a hornswoggle.
No, a rhinoceros. And then, of course, he puts a jacket around it and is bouncing around because this thing really, it can't
Has some
fly,
strength.
I guess. I don't know what it's doing.
It has a lot of kinetic energy
Yes.
built up inside of it.
Yes.
It's just
No, like
it must be using powers.
yeah,
Gentlemen,
it's
you both know me pretty well. I don't freak out very easily, but I did one night at my old apartment because I felt something kind of rustling my hair. And I reached and sort of brushed my head and was like, whatever. I don't feel anything in my hair anymore. Then a few minutes later, I felt something on the left side of my head. And it was a black millipede in my hair. And I have never freaked out that hard in my life. I flung it out of my hair and was screaming like I was being murdered. Millie, my dog, runs to rescue me like somebody's broken into the house. And Josh is ready to shoot somebody. And he was like, what happened? And I was like,
suppressing fire.
Suppressing fire.
it was the worst thing ever. And I don't ever scream or freak out in a girly kind of fashion, but I was like, like I was losing my mind.
I think if I had a millipede in my hair, I would probably out girly you.
Oh, God,
I'd probably be. You were probably way more manly than my reaction would have been in that scenario.
I went full Scooby Doo. I jumped into
Yeah.
Shaggy's arms and freaked the hell out. Like it was bad. So my question is,
I'm gonna get you.
The finger in the box. So
Phrasing
it just
boom.
it turns into a bug inexplicably. So there's never any reason
Like you
behind
do.
this. Like you do.
I don't know, transmutation or something. Maybe the finger is not a threat. And the director's like, what can we make more threatening? Well, turn it into a bug.
I guess.
And the bug's got big teeth, big gnashing teeth.
I think it's like it.
There's
It's
Reggie.
like none of. I know Reggie's my favorite. Reggie's my hero.
Rat tail Reggie.
I would
love
let
Reggie.
Reggie babysit my son.
Ew.
Yeah.
I trust that man.
No, let me babysit your son, not Reggie. Reggie's creepy as shit.
I wasn't
God.
saying if there was a choice.
Yes. His name is Uncle
I was gonna
Ernie.
say, I will make time.
fiddle
I will not
of
leave
Now,
David alone with Reggie.
Now,
Okay.
this scene right here, I really,
yes!
really like the advice that
keep
Jody
hitting the microphone.
gives
Sorry,
to Michael.
I've used that advice
Yeah.
all the
Don't
time.
point the gun at someone unless you're ready to shoot, and don't shoot unless you're ready to kill.
That's
Yes.
right.
Warning shots are bullshit,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that's an important thing. And it's
That's how I was raised, honestly. My parents taught me, you never start a fight. If you start a fight, you're getting your ass whipped when you come home.
You finish it.
You finish a fight.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
If
right.
somebody else starts one, though. And I never got in trouble for finishing a fight growing up.
how many fights did you get into?
Several.
There we are.
There you go.
She's tough.
You know who?
Scrappy.
You know who should have played Jody?
Winona Ryder.
No,
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 Anne
no. That should have been Michael.
Yes, you're right.
No, I think that this movie, the only thing that can make it better is if Jody was played by Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff.
How awesome would
with
that
the
have
V-
been?
With
Yeah,
the
with
V
the
shirt. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been
The
great.
age would have been right. It would have
Yeah.
been good.
Oh, yeah.
It would have timed out pretty well.
I mean, this was before Knight Rider,
Right,
obviously,
yes.
but you know,
Kit would have been so jealous.
yeah. Well, Kit cheated on him. He went and did Boy Meets World.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you know,
Kit, you cheating slut.
Well,
Anyway.
it's Hollywood.
yeah.
They're so sleazy in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Actors and actresses, man, I'm telling you, they hit on each other all the time. It's ridiculous.
The
So
funeral
I've heard.
funeral home house is.
Yes.
The funeral parlor.
That's why I got into it, but nothing's happening.
I know.
Sex is like money. There's lots of it around, but I don't have it.
I look at other people with it.
There's people, which is all of it.
I mean,
Send
how
help.
many times have you walked into a bar like Jody did, sat next to a girl for 5 minutes and said, hey, let's just go for a little walk. And then you were taking each other's clothes off in a cemetery. Never.
Never.
Never
No,
happened to me.
never.
Ever.
Never. Not once.
No.
Ever.
Whereas I could walk into a bar, sit next to a guy for less than 30 seconds and
Yes,
say, hey,
of
let's go have
course.
sex.
Yeah.
And that would happen so very
And-
easily.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, see, that's why I want to do a movie where a female spirit tries to teach a guy a lesson by making him live in a world where men are treated by women the way.
Women are treated by men.
But then the problem is he would love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'd be like,
He's not
this
going
is-
to learn anything from
He'd
that.
go to a
except-
bar and there'd be like hot women going, "Hey, baby, you want to do it?" Yes.
That's why, no, I brought this up. I think
Yes.
it was our Smokey and the Bandit episode where I was like, women don't really need dating apps, especially apps like Grindr where we know how close you are to us. We don't need that. We can look at you and say, hey, want to sleep with me? And the answer is
Yeah.
usually yes. So you don't
Yeah.
need an app if you're a woman, or at least an attractive woman.
No,
I'll put that out
those
there.
those apps are designed for gay men to be aware of other
like
gay
tapping
men
on a
in the
bathroom stall.
area. Yeah, it's just anyone out here?
I stole that from Mateo Lane. Just putting that out there. He's like, yeah, Grindr is just an inch
Get out of
above
there, Han
tapping on a
Solo.
bathroom stall.
Come
Yeah,
on, Han Solo, kill that
run!
Jawa.
Yeah, the Jawas are everywhere.
So yes, Jody now has decided to do his own personal investigation in the basement of the,
Of the funeral home.
mortuary.
Yeah.
And the Jawa attacks him and
Yes.
is hanging around his head. So what he just takes the gun and shoots it at his face and luckily misses it and hits the Jawa.
Yeah, and I'm watching this again. It's really obvious that they only got permission to shoot the outside of the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
They did not let them inside of that place.
So here's the
It's a
thing.
beautiful house.
It is. It's
What is it that is actually infesting the town, gentlemen? Like, tell the hindsighters what's going on. So
Well, it's an alien
yeah,
who is. I'm going to
but
see if I can do this in
bugs
one
and-
go.
So yeah, go
Okay.
for
Let's
it.
see if you can
Make
do
it
it.
concise. Go for it.
So it's an alien who uses recently deceased people. He makes them into Jawas to send back to his home planet where they're used as slaves.
Exactly. He's
Uh-huh.
harvesting.
Now, what we never see is how he does that.
Yeah, that's never explained.
Yeah.
Dr. Shrinker. Dr. Shrinker. Dr. Shrinker.
I don't.
Sid and Marty Krofft. Did you ever watch it?
Yes, I did. And I tried to forget it too.
And I just pulled you right back.
Sid and Marty Krofft freaked me out when I was a kid, dude.
I'm not sure what's happening right now.
Have you ever seen Sid and Marty Krofft?
HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah, HR Puffin
Lidsville.
stuff.
I never watched it.
Do enough drugs and then go watch it,
I know,
and you'll
I've heard.
figure out why exactly it was on the air for so long.
It was wonderful.
Anyway, using people as slaves
Okay.
on the home planet.
So we don't know how. We don't know how the tall man does it. He takes the dead bodies, puts them through the slave-o-matic 5,000.
He portals them.
And
Sticks them in a dryer and
then
they
he
shrink.
Yeah, and he puts them in a little tiny bin,
Turns them into
Yes.
like a little 50
Janitor in a
50
drum.
gallon, yeah.
Literally.
And then shoots
Slave
it
in a drum.
Yeah, and then shoots it through a
portal.
The portal, which is like the stuff at the mall that they would string the ropes between.
Yes.
Yo, keep going. I'm
tuning
invested
fork.
now.
It's a tuning fork.
Tuning fork.
The portal works by vibrating, and if you
At a
put your
certain
Doesn't
frequency.
hands
everything
on
work by
it,
vibrating?
It begins sucking.
yes, it goes from blow to suck.
Yes.
And also
High
if,
danger.
and and also if there's a woman in lavender who's about to take her top off, but not her top, someone else's top, and stab some dude.
Yeah.
If you touch the portal, it makes her pause.
Oh, she
Doesn't
could
stop
feel.
her.
No.
Pause.
It just makes her pause.
You remember that.
And then she goes ahead and
So-
keeps on. Yeah.
I have to ask both of you gentlemen, since I'm the only girl in the room, if the lavender lady
far
was
as you
taking,
know.
that's true. There might be a Jawa behind me, but if the lavender lady was taking her top off, I mean, would y'all even care if she was portaling you to another planet?
Nah.
No. I wouldn't even care if she killed
I was
me
about to
after
say,
that.
yeah,
because
I was actually
I would
about to
die
say, yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Because to be fair with Tommy, the
Yes,
guy in
Tommy.
the beginning,
Right.
Uh-huh.
she finished.
And so did he.
I mean,
And he was-
she let him finish.
That's
She had the decency to let him go ahead and, and then stabbed him.
that seemed kind of lackluster to me, to be perfectly honest. The sex scene in the beginning, the guy, I don't know if he was just so stoned or something was going on with him, but he finished.
1977.
He finished like you guys said, but he was just like, "Oh, that was awesome."
Yeah.
Like it seemed very underwhelming. It just, I don't know if the sex was good or not.
Yeah,
but,
because if
who
that
knows?
man owned a mirror, he would know.
First of
that-
all, he wouldn't
yeah,
look the way that he did.
Well, yeah, but he would know to look at her and go, "I can't believe I just did that."
with you,
With
Yeah.
you. But then it wasn't actually her though. See, that would suck though if
you're
like you have sex with this woman.
you're sleeping with the tall guy.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, it was so. Oh, she stabbed me. Oh, but at least I died. Like, oh my god, it was
I know.
you.
Your last vision.
Couldn't you have waited until I was dead?
Just give me that decency, my God.
Now you're
So-
just an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
Tommy hops in a hearse and chases after his brothers.
Yes.
And then a tree limb goes through the front windshield and skewers him. And so they go back to check out the body and they're like, oh, it's Tommy. They don't seem particularly shocked
No, they're
or
not really
upset
upset
that it's their
about it.
oldest brother.
No.
It's like, oh, it's Tommy.
Yeah, they are totally not upset.
I didn't even realize that there
Yeah.
was another brother.
Yeah, he was the
There's
first guy
three?
that died. That was their oldest brother.
I didn't even know
Tommy.
was he. I didn't even know if he was a brother or just a friend or.
Yeah, I thought
whatever.
I didn't
Yeah.
know he was
I
one of their
didn't even know.
brothers. Okay.
Oh,
I thought
here
it was
I thought
Michael
it was
and
their
Jody.
older brother.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I was wrong.
honestly don't know.
Might have
cares?
been the Mandela effect with me.
And let's
Might
go
have been.
back to our house and lock the door.
Seriously, Jody looks like Harrison Ford. It's ridiculous. He's
He
got the.
does.
He's got the vest. You know?
he's-
And he was probably one of the better actors.
It's Harrison
I
Ford
thought.
season now
He
that it's
was
less
very
than 70
good.
You
degrees
know-
outside.
To be honest with you, there's not really a weak link in the
It's
cast.
a well balanced cast.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Even the kid who plays Michael, I know we're making fun of the character. He does a good job.
Yeah.
He does a damn good job.
What would you call? Sorry, we just passed something in that '70s house. That little like lattice work kind of wall.
Very
What was
popular
that?
in the 70s.
It
I don't
was,
know.
but
My
what do you-
parents had that.
Yeah,
but
I
it
know.
breaks easily because they break two of them off as they're going down the
Cedar lattice gets him every time.
You almost gave me a coronary. Because there's a random nurse just hanging out at their house.
She's the help.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
think she's
weird.
a nurse.
She just shows up,
I know.
like,
And then you never
She's-
see
and
her
you never
again.
see her
working for a
again. Yeah.
yeah, she shows up for 2 seconds and she's working
Yeah.
for what, a teenager?
Oh yeah, and also, what about mom and dad? That
They're
doesn't
dead.
really that doesn't bug them at all. That mom and dad are like slaves on an alien planet somewhere.
Oh yeah, and they
They
never
don't
piece
even
that
fucking
together.
care.
They just leave it. They drop anchor at the fact that mom and dad died. They never piece it
Yeah.
together. Oh yeah,
It's
our parents
explicit
are enslaved. Are
that their
enslaved on-
casket is
Is empty.
Daddy's casket is empty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The one brother couldn't look. The other one did and
Right.
screamed.
Yeah. So he's a 2'6", Jawa somewhere, which is exactly what the gypsy lady told my dad he would end up as.
Who knows what their
the gypsy lady
relationship was
said.
with the parents? Maybe they didn't get on very well. Maybe they don't
I
care.
kind of get the impression that
Yeah.
they don't really give that much of a shit.
Mom and
about
dad
their
were on
parents.
their way through a divorce anyway.
Yeah.
Like the whole family was falling apart.
They were
It
hippies from
doesn't
Woodstock,
matter.
and they didn't.
Ice
really,
Cream Man, I'm telling you, he's my hero.
Yeah.
The greatest character in cinematic history.
The only thing that could make this movie better is if he was playing the ice cream music while he was driving around while all of this crisis is going on.
Well, did you notice the similarity between Halloween music and this music?
Oh yeah.
It was
very
very
much.
similar.
Yeah.
It really brought
Well,
me
there's
back.
there's like a bunch. Oh, here, this is the girl. I think it's the younger girl. She's the one who now is the producer
And everybody's in
of
denim.
Hotels. Well, it was
Well, of course,
1977.
You really got it down, Mr. Brown. Nicely done.
1977. What a
all
glorious, glorious.
I heard we all wore denim back then.
time. Hey, whip inflation now, man.
That's right. Win.
Life's still groovy.
Hey, fuel shortages.
So
Get
this
it
is where you
together.
begin to realize that this is not just a recent thing. This has been
Sam
going on.
Eagle.
Been going on for a long,
No.
long time because, before I'm rudely interrupted by Jason, Michael finds an oldie-timey picture
Yes, he does.
in the antique shop.
And what relevance does that bear, Mr. Brown?
The tall man.
But he finds it in a cabinet with other pictures. There's no
Yes.
real reason why that picture would be there.
It's just
No,
dumb luck
these
that
are
he
yeah.
finds it. Yeah.
These are historical pictures, and who doesn't like looking at historical pictures? Because they're irreplaceable.
I know when
That's
I was
why
a
I like
kid,
to take them.
That when,
Sorry, inside joke.
It's the one thing you can't replace.
And he sees the tall man in front of the same building on a horse and carriage, so that implies probably.
yeah, but then
like-
you see the wind blows his clothes.
Oh yeah, well
He
he's
pulls a
before-
Pennywise.
yeah.
He's live in his own pictures, and he just turns around and creeps Michael out, and it's so scary.
But I just love it because he does the whole thing where he looks and then he looks back and it feels like he's like, are we cutting?
cut. Come
we-
on, just
are we
yell the
cutting?
word.
Cut.
This wool outfit is hot.
Come on.
Oh, my God.
You have to take me home. But why? No questions. You must take me home.
That's my other question. Why is Michael with these
Wait,
random
3
girls? Are these like one of Jody's girlfriends? Or
I don't
what?
even
Who
remember.
are these girls that he leaves Michael with?
Jody
during the crisis.
Jody very specifically says, take her to, and he names the girl.
Right.
He's like, take her to her antique shop.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, her. Wait, who was her?
Yeah, we never established because
Who is that?
Jody's clearly down to sleep with the lavender woman. I mean,
He's down to sleep with everyone. It's the 70s.
It was the 70s.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, he doesn't have a girlfriend, and we never have like an established woman that he's like, oh, I know my little brother will be safe with this person, but he just sends him off to be with these 2 random chicks.
But they're
and
all
they both
cute
die.
blondes.
By the way,
yeah.
how painfully obvious is it that whole set is made of wood with like contact paper?
Marble, like contact
Yeah,
paper.
it's just stuck all over it.
Well, I mean, marble is expensive, Jason.
Yeah, it is,
Do
it
you know
is.
the actual cost of Uday Hussein's desk? Because
It
holy
is
God,
very expensive.
You mean the
yes.
Jack of Spades?
that one.
No, I don't. No, I don't. He and I never got to that.
Before Jeff can.
Oh my
slide into that
God,
role.
pull over.
Yeah, and the cute blondes die.
No, they don't.
No,
No, they
they
don't.
They don't. I
They-
thought they.
Reggie finds them
They're-
later.
They're saved.
Of course
They
you
are
guys noticed
they are
this.
saved by a line. Because
line?
Reggie says, "Hey, I found the girls."
Oh,
A bunch,
like some,
and then and other girls. So
And other girls.
I'm hoping that the soothsayer's daughter was also saved because I liked her.
Oh yeah.
Because she just said
she went into the
She checked out and then she screamed
Yeah.
when she saw what was going on.
Interesting.
That could mean anything.
I know.
It's true. Poor Reggie's truck.
But Reggie's truck is, gets 90 degrees. It's on its side,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you can see the French's mustard in the back.
I love that whatever broke out destroyed the padlock and then put it back on
Well, he wanted to cover his tracks.
just to go like, look at me.
It
Look
was
what I
Tommy.
did,
How
assholes.
Scooby Doo.
It's
Yeah.
like, Tommy, can you hear me?
Can you feel me near you?
Gotta leave that Dijon behind.
They made
any
entirely
Grey
of
Poupon?
mustard.
Any Grey Poupon. But yeah, all right. They put the padlock back on, and there's a
Is
There's
it the shape of a
Dijon
hand or something? I
handprint.
couldn't
Yeah,
quite figure
yeah,
that
it
out.
is,
That
yeah.
was strange.
I don't
But it's a
understand.
big hand.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
don't
the
get
tall
it.
man, and you know what they say about tall men with big hands.
They have
They have
No,
big
lar-
ass
what
hands.
do they say?
large penises.
Okay, yes. Now, yeah,
Reggie's gonna have to sell that ice cream for like 20% off though.
Yeah, seriously, it's all dented. The
Yeah.
SpongeBob gumball eye is like
Oh yeah,
dented.
I'm not paying
It's-
full price for this.
No,
It's got
absolutely
got alien blood all over it.
Ugh, gross.
but
25
then of
cents
course
my
the
ass.
Jawas, they're in a Volkswagen, a bug.
Jawas are in a Volkswagen. I never in the world did I think I would hear that sentence. but
Nom nom.
thank-
Houdini.
And they climb in and begin mounting everyone because they're horny
Like
little
you do.
Jawas.
Everyone screaming.
And then the funny thing is Michael gets pushed out the back window,
Yeah.
and then the car drives off.
it's-
Like
Yeah,
one of
without
the
him.
one of the Jawas just steps on the gas and it
Yeah,
goes.
I don't know about you, but if I got pushed through the window of a car, I'd probably be bleeding.
You'd be hurting.
I'd be.
Well, I believe it was
The
a
glass
sugar
isn't even
glass.
there.
Yeah, there's no glass. Yeah,
there's
there is
glass.
no-
There's
there is
not-
no glass.
there's
You're
not
right.
even sugar glass. There's just a gap in the Volkswagen bug in the
Girls'
back.
screams fade.
That's why I thought the girls had died because I didn't
But
hear
it's
that one
very
line.
obvious that the girls are dead.
Yeah.
But then they just
Until-
put that line in there.
I
like,
found them.
You know,
Yay.
hey, we don't need an X rating. The girls lived.
Meanwhile, Jodie / Harrison Ford hair is,
Oh, he's got the shining.
he's got the gift. But yeah, so what ends up happening? Because we're about to round out this movie anyway, gentlemen, I hope, because
Well-
it's so talk throughable.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about it is that the movie makes, in my opinion, perfect sense.
Because what was Jody doing? He sent his little brother on to be with the girls. They leave him, and then like Jody's just sitting in the living room doing nothing.
Well,
He's thinking.
That's the
He's
problem.
pondering.
That's the problem with the movie
God.
because you get to the
It's a
end
slug of his
where
big
they
brother's beer.
they have the confrontation with the tall man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael conveniently runs over an open mine shaft that the tall man falls into. Then Jody pushes rocks in
To seal him.
to seal him in. Okay, fine. But then Michael wakes up from a dream and he's
As
with
though none of it actually
as
He's
happened.
with Reggie.
yeah, and Reggie's like, "Well, you haven't slept very much since the funeral
Because Jody was killed in a car
because
accident.
Jody was killed in a car accident
Right.
and none of this stuff happened.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. We're going to go on the road." And, again, Reggie's like, he's being cool. He's like, he's taking care of the kid, know.
Well, at least you hope so.
We
he
sincerely
doesn't
hope,
have
yes.
any kind of.
Because
Yeah.
okay, and
Diabolical
this too. I'm
intentions.
sorry. He stuck a Phillips head in the door to jam it shut.
Yeah, that's
To lock it. That made no sense. That would make the door frame looser.
Well, no. Have you ever pennied a door before?
A penny to door, yeah, but I've never stuck a screwdriver in a door.
Okay.
Well, and also,
How many people have you locked in? You know what? I don't
Too
want to
many.
know.
we
Do
used,
not
we
ask.
used to do that in college all the time. Our
We
favorite
did.
thing to do.
I need to go.
To college?
Again? No, I'm good.
Damn it.
At the one time.
There it is. When we were in college, we would do. We would penny the doors,
Yes.
but the gaps between the door and the floor were like that thick.
Yeah.
And so what you could do is you can go get an entire gallon of milk, open it up, and just barely put the cap on, stick the cap in the bottom of the door, and then step on it,
Ooh.
and it would cover
You
every
asshole.
square
You're
inch of the
evil.
room. The really awesome thing was doing that
That's
when the
horrible.
person that owned that room wasn't there. Like if it
Oh,
was like
no.
right before like spring break and they were going to be
Jason.
gone for a week and you do it, cover the room with
Jason.
milk and then leave.
Oh.
And then it stanks.
Yes.
Stinks.
Oh, Lordy, that sounds horrible.
So Michael is locked in his room and he's trying to.
What
think
is that thing next to the hammer?
It looks like
It's like some weird organization
It did-
thing that
it
your
did
mom
look
would
like,
have,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, like a jewelry.
It looked like
sorter
a
or
cootie
something.
catcher
Yeah, yeah.
times
oh, yeah,
8
yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
You remember a cootie catcher?
Yeah.
Of course
Oh, yeah.
I do. I used to make them in grade school.
So he takes a tack and puts it in the primer of a shotgun shell, puts a piece of tape on it, tapes it to a hammer. This is Lone Ranger style kind of
MacGyver.
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
MacGruber.
And if you'll notice, when he hits the door, there's a pop, but there's no hole in the door until you see the outside of the door, and he puts his arm through the hole.
Well, there was no glass in the Volkswagen
Right,
Bug
now
either.
watch, ready?
Bam!
Boom. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
MacGruber.
MacGruber.
Damn, look at that Barracuda, though.
And that
Ooh,
kid
and he
is
spins,
driving
he
the
peels
shit
out right
of
outside of
that car. That 13-year-old is driving. Like,
No, that wasn't him.
freaking
That
Steve
was
McQueen.
Jody.
Oh, was it Jody? Oh, okay.
Now he's pulling out the screwdriver,
Crazy.
which of course locked the door amazingly. I don't know how.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was
it
great.
magically.
It's a shame that he lives in a room with no windows.
Now look, I think he breaks.
I was about to say, no,
Oh.
there was a window right next to his desk. Why did he go to all that trouble
Look at the
instead of
gay
jumping out
cat.
the window?
Rar.
Oh yeah,
It's a puma.
but they cut it halfway through. It's really creepy.
Moto time. It's a puma.
Oh no! And look, he's got his fingers back. Watch this. Boy, I've been waiting for you. Ah! But luckily, he's got a Colt 45 tucked in the back of his pants,
Seriously.
so he doesn't have to worry about much.
The tall man.
He's got the Colt 45, and yet that's not what he used to break out of his room. He had to MacGruber the
yeah, he
hammer.
didn't shoot. Just start shooting the.
Oh, I guess he
Yeah.
grabbed Jody's gun while he was in the living room.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
That's
Yes,
what it
thank
was.
you.
Okay.
Good catch.
I think it's important to note that the tall man,
Mm-hmm.
not a particularly imposing bad guy. And here's the thought experiment. What if they had made it to the sheriff and they had convinced the sheriff that this was going on and it needs to stop, and the sheriff had called, like, I don't know, the FBI, and 200 armed men had swarmed on the funeral home.
Yeah, the tall
I
man
don't-
wouldn't have done
I don't
very
think
well.
I think he'd have been dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean...
He's really just a hoodlum.
He'd be hemorrhaging yellow blood
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they would have shot him up really hard. Especially if he's... Well, I don't know. This is the 70s before children mattered, you know?
That's
so,
true.
They
That's
could have
true.
dragged
They wouldn't be
Michael-
listening to anything that the kids said.
And the tall man could have dragged Michael to his mom and been like, John Edmund Mulaney, did you bite this nice man's dick?
I love how when he starts shooting, he gets like real impressed with himself.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
hell,
Feel
guns,
like John Wayne?
guns
Yeah.
are awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm taking this to school.
Oh, God. Jason. Oh, no.
Let's see him
And
make
that
fun of
car
my hair. Yeah, I
exploded.
know.
My
Yeah,
He just topped off the tank.
yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah,
when
with
it hit that
napalm.
tree.
A policeman
Yeah,
put a
right.
ticket on the hood
With
and it
napalm.
Yeah.
exploded.
Wow.
So
He was
'Cause
carrying
remember
a
when your car
casket
needed
full
about,
of propane.
Oh, God.
The car blew up.
Apparently.
well, you know, hearses actually do
Michael
have
keeps
self-destruct
his-
systems
Michael-
in case the body comes back to life.
You got to push the button.
That you've
It's an ejector
You have
seat.
to. You have to press the button, blow the whole thing up.
Michael
you
keeps
know?
making it out of these dire situations
Well,
in cars specifically.
Okay, is any of this real?
That's a
See,
good
no, he's
question.
dreaming.
See, that's what-
Archer in the coma.
No, that's what I'm saying. What in this now? Anytime you see Jody by himself, okay, well, that seems like that would be real because Michael isn't dream. Well, maybe
No,
is.
he absolutely
yeah, maybe
can
he is.
dream
Yeah,
about it.
that's
He can
true.
dream. So my thought is this stuff is so unbelievable in many ways.
Well,
when you
yeah.
make it a dream at the end, you kind of smooth out the rough edges. It's like
It's a Wizard
that
of
didn't
Oz
make
ending,
sense. That didn't make
honestly.
sense. But oh, it was a dream.
Yeah, yeah,
But then when he goes upstairs to pack,
yeah.
and I think that's when the director said, "Well, if we end it with a dream, I mean, what if it is popular? What if it goes well? Am I
Right.
going to be able to have a sequel?
Yeah.
What can we do? What can we do?
Yeah.
Well, and it,
What can we do?"
and it
And it just-
has almost the exact same ending as Nightmare
Nightmare
on
on Elm Street.
It's
I
the
was just gonna
exact
say,
same
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there- balls.
Balls.
Phrasing.
Let's see red. They're angry balls.
I thought that was blue balls.
But those are sad balls, actually.
Those are frustrating
Angry
balls.
ones are
yeah.
red and empty.
Deprived
Bitter
balls.
balls. Bitter balls. I'm gonna make a food product.
We need
and
to
it-
think
I don't
of
know
a-
what it is, but it's gonna be called
I
bitter
was about to say,
balls.
we need to think of a Halloween costume that
My
suits
beer.
bitter balls.
I'm gonna ask Variant to
nice
make a
IPA.
special beer just for me called bitter balls.
bitter balls.
Got a little bit
We
of
gotta get
wang
us
to
one.
it.
We-
It's
gotta
it's
get-
really strong.
We gotta get one called the Darth Jader, and we gotta get one called the bitter balls.
The bitter balls.
God. We're a mess. But
But the rule has to be that when somebody orders it, the bartender has to go bitter balls.
bitter balls! Yell it really loudly. Yes, absolutely. There's your song. That's the thing we have to do on our last night of Shakespeare.
Splooge.
So we do have our upcoming Shakespeare show again this weekend.
Ah.
Insiders come and see us, and we'll yell bitter balls.
Okay.
Top of our lungs.
if one single person
Listener.
comments
Yeah,
asking one of us to do it,
We'll do it.
we will fucking do it.
absolutely.
Of course.
Hashtag bitterballs.
I'm going to have to enlist you both for my personal protection after that happens because our director might murder us or our EP.
I don't think so. I think he's pretty cool.
They might be a little angry.
Get him
about
drunk, get him laid. He'll be fine.
that.
Man.
Oh my.
He's a sailor. He's in town.
Oh yeah. He's a
Sorry.
pilot too. They're even worse than
That's
regular
true.
sailors.
That's true. Aviator.
And naval aviator.
Aviator.
Yes.
They get very
Naviator.
tetchy about that.
Naviator. I
A
just made that
naviator.
up. So
A
anyhow.
naviator.
Now, all right.
Jody and Michael are now about to enter the mysterious room.
They're at Uday Hussein's house.
This movie is really good. I'm sorry. It's really good.
Yeah.
I
And look
mean-
at there's gods over
Yeah.
top. You see the Greek gods.
I mean, it's a low budget movie that's well written. It's well acted.
When you
It's
spend
well
your money
directed.
well,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're on a low budget. Like if you waste it all on one actor or one specific effect, okay, that's going to ruin the entire
Right.
thing. But they really smoothed
They
out the
re-
budget
yeah,
with this
they
one.
did.
It got the right people. They got the right amount of effects, the right amount of tempera paint.
Yeah.
it worked
Well,
out.
and it was clever too because the effects were all things that were done just by filming it and then playing it backwards.
Right.
There you go. There was Reggie's line. The
Yeah.
girls were dead. No, I snuck them out a window.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You're right.
Yeah.
Saved by the line.
They made it
Right.
much less grisly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because the body count is 5, which
Right.
is very low.
Yes.
You're just into recently counting bodies, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine why, Jason. But okay, so what are these drums that we're seeing?
That's where they
Are
store.
those the pods?
No, they store the people, the shrunken people
Yeah.
in there, and you look
Yeah.
in, you can see them.
But
So
they
it's-
never show you, which is kind of nice.
Well, yeah, because that would have cost another
Yeah.
$5,000.
so they
and
just
were
let you
running low.
imagine.
So these oil
Yep.
drums.
But if they're like,
There aren't that many.
if
though,
they're
so that's good.
slaves,
They haven't even filled up the whole room.
or they're like cleaning people, it could be like a janitor and a drum, right? Come on, that's a great bit.
Insta janitor.
Janitor and a drum.
Oh,
Back in the 70s, that was a popular product.
Could be worse. I used to work at Disney. This is better. And they make them short because of the gravity, which doesn't make
who
any
knows?
sense.
Who knows?
Wait,
There's
well-
a tall
they're more
man
dense.
making
Yeah.
short people. It doesn't add
Take him to the room where we make him short.
Short.
No!
Dwarves. And I love that. Jeez. Dwarves. That's the line.
Dwarves.
It just, that's what you got. God,
Don't you
Reggie.
mean little people?
And now, they
What
actually
was the
use
70s?
the R word.
Yeah, retarded.
Yeah.
they
Oh,
do
I
say
wasn't
that.
going to say it.
No, it's
Ow, my
okay.
ears are
We-
burning.
Cocaine.
Yes.
There, nobody's listening now.
Now what? Now
This
what?
this movie did not win a Humanitas because it used the word.
What the fuck is humanitas?
They're
It's
gonna
an
start-
award for.
Are you sure it
programs
wasn't the retard down the street? You know, remember instead of the Jawas? You sure it wasn't the retard down the
It's,
street?
it's literally.
Imagine if let's redo Star Wars
It's a
and just
joke.
replace Java with retard.
No, it's literally a joke on Clerks, the animated series. It won a Humanitas. What the hell is that? Oh, it's for programs that don't use words like queer or retarded. Oh, that's retarded and queer. And Clerks did that, but yeah, they do say the word retarded in this movie. It's not great. It's before it became wildly unpopular and not politically correct. Get it together, people. So,
Slaves, what?
Michael,
Slaves.
what happened to Michael?
He got sucked in.
They're using them for slaves.
But he discovers this by leaning through a door in the.
Yeah,
Yes.
he looks down and
And
he
you can-
draws many conclusions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to fill in the hindsiders because not all
Well,
of them
he-
are watching. So
Michael looks through the mall barrier thing that would keep people out of the Cinnabon, before it was open. But there's no rope there, so he goes right through it.
He gets sucked in.
He gets sucked in. But fortunately, Jody, somehow from the other side of the room reaches over there quickly enough to grab him by the belt,
and pull him back.
pull him back, but not before he sees.
The drums, there's a whole bunch of drums that have been shipped,
Yes.
like by FedEx
FedEx
or
or
perhaps
UPS.
Amazon,
Yeah.
UPS, and they're open,
FedEx
and
is
people
gonna
are,
sue us now.
and they're all being marched away to clean homes and and maybe work in the mines and things like that. So you know that they're going to be slaves.
He's put so much thought into this.
Yes,
Hindsighters,
yes.
just for
And
you.
and then
Like he assumes they're not taking them away to like eat them or anything. He knows slavery
slavery.
must be
Yes.
oldest entity.
Yes.
Enslaving people.
Oh, and then of course the lights go out, and Jody and Michael
Reggie.
disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Reggie
did they
is
go?
remaining.
How are they lighting that?
I don't know.
It is awesome, but I love the lighting.
And the fact that he stands out despite that he's in white and he's in a completely white room. How did they do that?
It's a really
I can't even get pictures of you guys with the lighting that we have in our Shakespeare show. Like, I don't know how they
I
did
know.
this with Reggie.
yeah. I mean, it's an oddly well shot movie. Did you notice who remastered it?
No.
No, I saw a remaster that you could
George
rent for
Lucas.
$2.99. But
Well, did you notice before
What?
the movie?
yeah.
You know, they've got all the old production company.
Oh, Robot? Was it something?
Robot.
Bad Robot,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Ba-
J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams actually. Yeah,
Nice.
they remastered this, but their Bad Robot logo
Yeah.
they did as an old 70s logo.
Yeah.
That
which is
means
pretty
that this
cool.
movie,
Yeah.
it definitely needs more lens flare.
Reminds me of Prom.
Now watch, he touches the
Lady in
thing and then
Lavender.
No, I meant that
she
part.
has an orgasm. A quick one. And then he gets blown back,
Y'all had
phrasing.
really fun proms.
And then he gets, and then look, they have little ropes
Yeah.
attached to his legs. If you don't see it, it's off camera. And
his
the
rat tail is blowing backward.
No, my
and the
rat tail
production
can only take
assistants,
so much.
the production assistants are throwing
Throwing
the
drums at
canisters.
him. Yeah.
Well, supposedly in the scene later on when they're
Tonal humming begins, gaining intensity.
Oh my god!
the part when they're outside in front of the funeral parlor and the wind is blowing and they've got the big wind machines and they're blowing all the air. Supposedly the guy who played the tall man was like throwing rocks.
No, it was little Michael, and it was hitting
him?
the tall man and the blonde.
Oh man.
She got an eye put out by one of those stones. Just kidding, but no, he was doing that.
I was like, dang, that's intense. But
well,
Jody,
you know, you
where
get.
are ya?
Jody, where
I think
are
this
you?
took. They said
Jody?
this took 2 years to film from start to finish.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because he rented the camera equipment on Fridays.
Oh,
Used it
that's right.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so he only had to pay for it for one day. The oldest trick in the book.
That's how you make a movie.
Nicely
That's
done.
right.
That's how you make a movie.
Yep.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah, it's the that's
Reggie's rat tail is
And then-
askew.
I don't even
Askew.
know what to say about the ending though.
Yeah,
I literally
so,
don't
like,
even know.
I need you to tell the hindsighters what happens in the ending. So we
Well,
know
Reggie-
that Jody dies.
The worst part here is Reggie finds Lavender Lady, doesn't get any
Yeah,
action,
I know, the only one.
and he gets skewered with a knife. He gets she looks hurt, and then somewhere
She keeps
I don't know
skewering
where she
everyone with a
I don't know
knife.
where she finds the knife, but
Reggie.
the knife clearly hits a main artery.
Yeah, I didn't even get laid.
It was a cock block, and he's covered in blood.
That was dramatic.
He's got Kool-Aid all over him now.
Yeah.
Temper pain
No,
everywhere.
now I'm going to pee myself explosively.
That would be a triple X. We don't want it to be a triple X.
Would have
film.
been cooler to get run over by David Carradine. But yeah, it's
David
just,
Carradine is the tall man.
Yes.
So here's
On
here's what
Broadway.
I think is happening. I think that he touched the tuning fork and it began to suck, and it like sucked the whole home into the ground, because you see it starts to
Oh.
the tuning fork does?
it
That-
starts to dematerialize and like it goes down.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes
That's not
a
a tuning
lot.
fork. That's a knife, though.
No. The mall barricade thing.
Yeah, the tuning
Because
fork.
he remembers using the tuning fork,
Right.
Yeah.
and then he puts his hands on him.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, I'm going to
yeah,
stop
this
them
movie
from
was kind of
vibrating.
confusing for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going
Which
to lie.
causes the disruption in the transportation
Okay.
system. Because now watch, you'll see the home actually like begins to flash as if
You
it's
can't help him. He's
burning
dead.
to the ground. They get away. It's really quick though. It's really quick. You got it there. Ready?
Okay,
Gone.
all right.
It is
I'll
destroyed.
go with that.
That
just because
actually makes total sense.
Yeah,
this movie
And
made
now
no
the
sense
tall
to me.
man's got to sort of reset everything.
exactly.
Because, I mean, he's coming back for 3 more movies.
He's got to restart his slave trade. I mean,
Yeah.
like they just disrupted his whole business. Damn it!
Yeah.
These damn kids. I would have gotten away with it too. Work for these damn kids.
I kind of
And
want to
the
watch
sad
the
thing is he
sequel now.
borrowed 3,000 ducats from Shylock, and now his whole slave
Yeah.
trade just went under. So now he's got to really.
But what good
the
is
Jew must be merciful.
what good is a pound of flesh for?
to bait fish with all. I didn't think that was a laugh.
I didn't either, but you got one for
Yeah,
sure.
I'll take it.
You and I got one as Beatrice and Benedict.
So I mean, if I
when
had to get a pound of flesh,
I tell you to kill your best friend. Yeah.
I could probably go that
Closest to his heart, though. Closest to his heart.
far. Oh,
It is
Antonio
closest
has
to
to
it.
have the pound of flesh taken closest to his heart, so it's
okay,
gonna
that's not
kill
gonna
him.
work. So his dong wouldn't count either.
No, that's only a quarter
I
ounce
mean,
of flesh.
what guy would want to be alive after his dong got taken anyway?
I'm just saying, if
So,
you need a pound, I know where one is.
Oh,
Yes, get it right that
Oh,
time.
he did it. He hit the right button.
well done.
So let's
We're just
Let's
finishing
wrap
here.
this
let's talk.
Yeah.
Alf to Seinfeld.
Straight 5. First time I've seen it. So
Okay,
I'm
fair
out.
enough. For me, it's like a 9
What?
because I knew this movie. I'd seen this movie before. It was a scary movie. It was one of those movies that I would go into the video store and I would see the cover of the box. It's like, oh,
Which is a very old sentence.
very old sentence. But watching it again, I started it last night and I finished it today. And last night I was sitting there going, this is actually good. I'm actually
is a good
enjoying. I'm
movie.
enjoying the movie, not even from the standpoint of it being like a horror movie. Like
You're intrigued.
yeah, it's a good movie. The plot's interesting. The characters are good. The actors are good. Everything about it, honestly, is good. And it's stuff that I didn't appreciate whenever I was younger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't care about,
Temper
it's
of paint
shot
and-
well. Yeah, well, yeah,
The
actually,
lighting.
a temper of paint would have taken it away when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But now I see it and it's like, it's temper of paint. I like that.
Nostalgic.
It's
yeah.
nostalgic. I gotta say I'm gonna go with a 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it easy because I'm going to give it a 7. Because when I saw it, I enjoyed it. But watching it again last night, I had my beer and I had the match with the Dos Equis. Back when I first saw it, I wouldn't have even known what a Dos Equis was. I was so young. And yeah, it just was, I don't know. It made me very happy from
Yeah.
start to finish. I was happy.
Yeah.
I wasn't like scared or
No.
terrified.
It's not a scary movie.
It was,
Play a
it
good
made me
game,
happy.
boy. But
And then
game
the
is
more
finished.
research, I didn't know anything about the behind the scenes, but the fact that they're all good friends and they have reunions.
Isn't it weird how that makes it better?
I like it.
It does.
I like it.
That honestly makes the movie better. It's like Firefly. One of the things about Firefly that's so nice is that,
Don't make me cry.
well, like when you watch it and you realize they're all actually really, really good friends.
No, they
Yeah.
love each other.
They,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
they go to weddings and stuff. They're like, it's good.
They go to social situations
So
together
it's-
and enjoy them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
7 and
do-
9.
Do the math.
So that's 21.
Yes.
Sure.
Lady Lavender.
Exactly.
All right,
It's like
so-
the grading of whose line is it anyway.
Yeah.
Add it up, it's 126.
Yeah, where the points don't matter. And
Points?
I'm gonna watch Hellraiser tonight.
Oh God.
Because watching this, for some reason in my head, Phantasm and Hellraiser always kind of. were
I've
like-
never seen Hellraiser. But
related.
once again, I'm the biggest chicken in the world. I don't like scary
I
things.
predict that Hellraiser will be scarier.
Okay. Yeah, the guy with the needles in his
The
face.
Cinnabon, yeah, Pinhead. Yeah.
Pinhead.
But that's what I thought about this.
Severe case of acupuncture.
But that's exactly how I thought about the Tall Man. Because as a kid, the Tall Man was, oh my God, he was scary.
Well,
So now it's like
literally anything could have scared me when I was a kid. If I got scared at Ace
Yeah.
Ventura,
Well,
I
that's-
was gonna be scared at everything.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no, it's the flag at the end of the day. They're
Oh,
playing the
no.
national anthem.
I have
What
to
is
go
that
to
woman?
bed.
What is that woman doing to him, pulling him in every different direction?
Oh my God, she's
God.
got a torch.
Yes.
But yeah,
Bring us
so
home.
That's why I'm really excited that we are back doing Halloween episodes. How very fun. Seriously though,
Yeah,
hindsighters.
we're not doing Hellraiser, by the way. So
No,
don't
we're
get
not.
excited about that.
No,
Yeah.
we're not. That one's not on the docket for this Halloween in particular. However, we have our third co-host back in town. He's on the announcement now. Yay! So welcome back to town, Adam Brown. We appreciate
It's good
you
to be
being
here.
here as always. You got 3 of us instead of 2 of us now. It's a little more interesting. So thank you for joining the boys and myself, Jason, Adam, and Darth. Thank you for joining us for your drive time, your listening time, your gym time, your should be working time. We don't care what kind of time. Happy Halloween time. This has been Hindsight, and good night.